Hey YouTube, give me 1 second while I start up Instagram. Do, 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 do. Hey guys, happy Thursday. We're almost at Friday. I'm so excited. I wish this thing would type. Hold on, YouTube, as I put my for real, son. Toby is being so rude. Okay, let me see if I can pin this. Okay, girl. Can I pin it? Yes, pin comment. All right, my light. Okay. Ah, okay. Where's my paper? Where's my paper? All right. Good evening. Hello, Telly Martin. Tell where you're joining me from while I give. Why is this thing so dark? Okay. Okay. Sorry. Are you okay, Telly Martin? You're all right. I didn't give you a headache, did I? Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Happy Thursday. I hope your week has been productive and lovely. If you do not know who I am, my name is Natalie Pierre Lewis. I am the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help you get your business paperwork together. So things like how to get registered, getting an EIN number, starting your trademark applications, contracts, what else? Helping you get your money organized. I have a very dedicated staff here, Dallas, and my dog Toby. Come here, say hi to the people, let them see your beautiful face. This is my lovely staff, um, and we help you get your business paperwork together. You might be asking yourself why I'm qualified or my staff is qualified to help you get your business paperwork together. Well, I'm glad you asked. I have been a licensed attorney for over a decade. I have started multiple businesses for myself and others. I have had many careers in the realms of law, entrepreneurship, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I am very passionate about making business and legal education accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, money, or desire to go to business school or law school, but everybody, most people have a really great business idea. And when you have resources like the internet and people like myself who want to teach you aspects of how to, get your business going, you don't need to go to business and law school. There's plenty of people out here making racks of money who ain't got no degrees. Um, you know, so stop, Toby. You're being really rude. He's like pushing at my side. Okay. Before we start into content, I want to let you guys know about two things. One, I have a free download for you guys. That is, if you click the link in my bio, linktree/NPL consulting firm. I have the business prep toolkit. If you have a business idea, but you just don't know how to get started, this toolkit is going to help you. It's going to help you develop your business idea. It's going to help you figure out how to make your product stand out in the market. And it's also going to give you the beginning steps of getting your business legally established. So it is a totally free download. You're going to want to download that. Second, I want everybody to remember the date, January 12th, 2019, January 12th, 2019, January 12th, 2019. That is the date of Business Launch Bootcamp. Shara Gibson Consulting and myself, we have put together, and we are doing a workshop at the top of 2019 to get your business off the ground. You're going to get all that pesky paperwork done in 4 hours. We're going to get you registered. We're going to get those trademark applications started. We're going to get you contracts. We're going to get your partnership agreements done. We are going to get you EIN numbers, all of that stuff. Shara is going to teach you guys how to develop your business concepts and start your business plans. So that is January 12th, 2019. It is going to be, if you are in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Early bird tickets are $99. So I would hop on those now. We only have 20 spots. After the first 10 are gone for $99, the price goes up to $147. So get your tickets in. Okay. Third thing. My podcast, The Business of, it has recently been accepted to iTunes. So, guys, do me a favor. I'm trying to get them ad dollars. Go to iTunes if you have it, or it's also actually on a lot of streaming platforms. Look for The Business of dot dot dot. The Business of dot dot dot. That podcast, that's mine. Subscribe to it and give me a 5-star rating if there's an option to do that on your preferred platform, because your girl wants her coins. Okay. I'm trying to think if there is another thing that I need to tell you guys about. Oh yeah. So and this is kind of a side note. I'm going to be going live a lot more often in 2019. I was very inspired by Miss Super Scent and her Black Friday success, and I realized that I'm not very personable on my social medias. You guys know a lot of the information that I talk about, but you don't know a lot about me. So I'm trying to be more transparent, though that is something difficult for me because I don't really like people in my business. But I guess it's part of being a brand and being a business owner. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot more of my face. Yeah. So that is all of the announcements that I have for you guys. And now we can get into today's content, which is how to end your business. A lot of people, people are very interested in, how to start a business and how to grow it. But a lot of people don't realize that you need an exit strategy. Most people don't plan on necessarily running their businesses for the rest of their lives. So you need to know what to do when you're transitioning out of that. And I actually had 2 different people in the last couple of weeks who approached me because they were ending their businesses and needed guidance. So we're going to go over the steps of how to end your business. And this should be a pretty quick thing. There aren't too many of you in here, so it should go pretty quickly. But if you do have any questions, please be sure to DM me, email me, send up a smoke signal, beep me if you can find one. I don't know. I'll go back in time and get a beeper, whatever. All right. So now we are going to talk about the steps it takes to end your business. The first step that has to happen is unless you are running the business entirely by yourself, everybody in the business has to approve. You cannot unilaterally decide that your business does not exist anymore. Hi, Once You Empress. How are you? You came in right on time, girl. I was just starting the content. Okay, so let me start over. So like I said, step 1 of how to end your business is that, again, unless you are the only person running this business, everybody who is in the business cannot approve. I mean, must approve. You cannot end the business unilaterally and say this business does not exist anymore. You can say that you want to leave the business. Hey, not your average Ben. Glad you could join me. You can say that you want to leave the business and request a buyout, but unless everybody in this business agrees, meaning if you have a partnership of 3 people, if 2 of y'all agree the business can end and 1 does not, you can't just end it. Y'all are going to have to request a buyout or something. Everybody has to agree for this business to basically die. All right. So step 1, everybody has to approve. And if you're running the business by yourself, then you ain't got to worry about nobody's opinion. The next thing you need to do, step 2. Okay. So this may vary depending on your state. So the usual step 2 is to file a certificate of dissolution with your state. However, some states require you to notify your creditors before you file a certificate of dissolution. And it is up to you to figure out what your state requires. So some states require you to basically put the application in to say this company no longer exists and then tell your creditors, or some states will say, hey, you need to tell your creditors that you're planning on ending this business and then file your certificate. All right. So that is step 2, kind of. The third step, You need to file federal, state, and local tax forms. Um, it's always best, in my opinion, to just wait until the end of the year to do all that stuff, because it just ties things up nicely. I hate doing things mid-year. It just causes so many problems, especially if there are different states involved. But you, at whenever you decide to end your business and file your certificate of dissolution, you also need to file your final federal, state, and local taxes, because, like I said, the government wants their money. Can you get out of the court? Sorry, guys, my dogs are trying to sabotage my live stream. Okay. All right. So yes, file your taxes. Fourth step, we actually just talked about this. For some states, this is the fourth step: notify your creditors. Tell them, hey, this business, it's going out of business. All right, because you can't just leave the business, because they need to know who do they call, in the future when the business goes defunct, if something happens and you owe them money. So they need to know what's happening. All right. After you notify your creditors, you need to settle creditor claims. If you have any credit lines open in your business, if you have any unpaid invoices, you need to take care of those before you can finally say that the business is done. All right. And the last thing you do, if there is anything left after you settle your creditor claims, you need to distribute the remaining assets. And that's usually going to be based on how much of the company that someone owns. So if you own 80% and your partner owns 20%, when you distribute the assets of whatever is left, let's say you have $100 left after you've paid all the bills, you get $80 and that partner gets $20. All right. Now, we need to go back a couple of steps to taxes. In regards to filing your taxes, you should have been keeping careful records of your expenses and your revenue. Whatever payment processor you use usually has some type of function where you can see your revenue for the year, or it's broken down by month. You need to get a record of that. You should also have been keeping records of all your purchases, receipts, however you keep it done, of your purchases for the business or expenses, any classes you took, mileage, supplies, equipment, membership, marketing, all of that stuff. You should have been keeping careful track of it, because when you go to your accountant and you give them your expenses and your revenue, it's going to be a lot easier for them to file the final taxes for you. All right. Regarding your business's EIN number. So I have said this, guys, I am working. I have said this several times. Your EIN number is your business's social security number. And just like a regular social security number, the government is not in the business of recycling EIN numbers. So even after you dissolve your business, after it is done, your EIN number still stands. You cannot, hello, Geraldine Fudu. You cannot take that EIN number and then use it for another business, because in the eyes of the government, you have restarted that old business. So if I have MPL Consulting and I file just to dissolve my company, and company's been gone for 2 years, but then another year goes by and I say, hey, I think I want to start a new business. I want to sell, I don't know, jewelry. And I try to use that same EIN number for, Natalie's Jewels. The government will not see that as a new company called Natalie's Jewels. They're going to be like, oh, she started MPL Consulting again. All right. So your EIN number stays forever. It is your business's social security number. You tell me one person in history who has a recycled social security number. I shall wait. All right. So those are pretty much the 6 steps of how to end your business. You need to get approval for all controlling members. You need to file a certificate of dissolution, file your final federal, state, and local taxes, notify your creditors that you're ending the business, that you're dissolving it. settle all of your creditor claims, meaning pay off all your debts, pay off all your bills, credit lines, things like that, invoices. And then whatever is left, you distribute that amongst the owners of the business, depending on how much the business they own or whatever agreement you have. Now, if you are a sole, if you are operating your business by yourself, this isn't too hard. However, if you have two or more people, it becomes a lot more difficult. And this is where partnership agreements are very, very important. If you take the time when you start your business with somebody else to have a written partnership agreement as to exactly how things are going to go and how things will happen if the business ends or when the business ends, you will avoid a lot of heartache. You won't have to, chase after each other for, what did you purchase? Did you take this money? How much did you spend on this? You should have a very detailed plan as to whose responsibilities are what, how the money is going to be split up. Y'all should be talking on a regular basis about the business money so you are not shocked at the end if you have a huge tax bill or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Again, if you run the business by yourself, it's not a big deal. But when you are working with more than one person, it is very, very important to get your ducks in a row beforehand. You need to plan for the end of your business at the beginning of your business. You need to know what is your plan if you decide that you don't want to do this anymore. All right. And if you do that early, you will avoid a whole lot of heartache for yourself later on, if and when you have to end your business. Okay, so that is literally all the content that I have for you guys. It's just 6 steps. So now I think we'll go for about, what is it, 17? We'll go for about 8 minutes to make it an even 25. So if you have any questions on how to dissolve your business or ending your business or any aspect of even starting your business, now is the time to ask me. I'll be on here for 8 minutes. While you guys get your questions together, I want to remind you again, go download the Business Prep Toolkit if you have a business that you want to start. It is for free to download, Linktree/MPL Consulting Firm. It's going to help you develop your business concept and get the first legal steps to getting your business established out of the way. Next, if you want to get all that paperwork done in one afternoon, go get your tickets for Business Launch Bootcamp. Early bird tickets are just $99. After that, they go up to $147, and we're only taking 20 people because that is what realistically we can work with so that everybody can get that one-on-one time that they need with me and Shara. Okay. Third, go subscribe to my podcast on iTunes so I can get 5 stars and be on the new and noteworthy section. It's called The Business of ... So go sign up for that. All right. So yeah, those are all of my. Now get out of my purse. What are you doing? Dallas is so bad. So yeah, whatever. Do you guys have any questions on how to end your business or anything that I've talked about? Or do you need to know where to go for any of these? Oh, also, when you go to file your taxes, the IRS has a whole section of forms for you that are all ready for you to fill out. So you don't have to start from scratch. If you go to irs.gov, they're going to have a lot of resources for you there as well. All right. So I hope you guys found that helpful. If you found that helpful, guys, can you give me a thumbs up? No problem, Ben. Do you guys have any questions? I would love to answer your questions about anything, about me, about ending your business, about Business Bootcamp, about Dallas and his handsome face. Awesome, Ben. Okay, so maybe we'll just make this an even 20. Okay, once you're Empress, you got it. All right. So everybody got it. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave it at that. Remember, you can always DM me, email me, beat me, send up a smoke signal. I don't know. Go back in time. Find me as a child. Tell me to find you in the future. Hey, Fit Little Meg. How you doing? Girl, you just missed the whole thing. Okay, what's your question? Yes, we have a question from Fit Little Mag, who is getting quite cut out in California. If I live in California, but my business is in VA, okay, do I need to register in California? I'm not sure what you're saying. Are you saying that you have an existing business? Okay. You're watching it. So you have an existing business that started in Virginia, but you've moved to California. And you want to do the same business in California, right? Okay. So you can I have a business in VA. Okay. But I know you guys live in California now. Okay. All right. So you can actually file to change the jurisdiction of your business. You don't have to dissolve it, but what you would do, you could either file as a foreign entity operating in California, or if you contact Virginia, the Virginia, it's all I know. And see, that's the tricky thing. People think that because their business is all online, that it's easy. There is a whole new set of laws that have come up to deal with internet sales. So even though your business is based in VA and it's all done online, a lot of states have a rule that if you derive business within their state, no matter how much money, no matter where your business is set, is started, if you're like, if I set up my business in Delaware, but I run my business in Maryland, Maryland is still going to say whatever business that you derive in Maryland, you still need to pay taxes on it to us. All right. So you can either file as a foreign entity operating in California, which might get a little tricky because then you're going to have to deal with Virginia taxes and California taxes. Or if you want, what we can do, if you hit me up in private, we can go through the research the process of getting your company changed over from based in Virginia to California, and you won't have to end the business. Okay? Because there's a whole process for that. And this is probably the best time to do it at the end of the year so that you can refile like in January, because I just hate doing things mid-year. Does that answer your question or at least provide you with some guidance? Awesome. Um, you can always, oh, awesome, cool. Because it shouldn't be that hard to maneuver. Yeah. Thanks. That is a really good question. Um, okay. Any more questions, guys? We got like 2 minutes. Thank you for the hearts. Oh, I feel so special. Guys, be sure to share this with your friends if you know somebody who needs the information. My dog is chewing something. Hold on 1 second. Hear that, weirdo. Oh, yeah. If you guys know anybody who needs this information, please share it with them as well. Let them know about Business Bootcamp, my free downloads. Check linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. I've got a lot of free resources there. Yeah, and I think that's gonna do it for me. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'll be popping in on live every now and then. So just look out, give your girl some hearts. I'm trying to get paid off this internet thing. But good night, guys. Enjoy your evening. Thank you, sweetheart. Bye. Okay. And